What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ellis, and today I'm gonna be telling y'all a story about how me and my homies got stalked by Karen one time. But before I get into that, be sure to subscribe if you're new and turn on post notifications so you never miss another video. And if you like the video, be sure to share it with your grandma, your cousin, your auntie, your sister, your brother, and your mother. Now, without further ado, let's get into this video. So this story, it starts off pretty simple. I was just chilling over at my homeboy Hunter's house, right? And me and Hunter, where he used to live, it used to be by I'm not gonna put too much details into it because people who know can figure out where he lives and stuff. But it used to live by a pretty big park that was in between a few stores and stuff. It was huge. And so we would of course go down there when we wanted to go bike riding and stuff. And this park, it had like a lake, it had like an old creek. It had a playground, a huge set of land. It had a lot of stuff. It was a huge park. So we would go down there, we'd bike ride a lot, right, when I went over to his place. This particular day that we ran into a Karen, it was me, Hunter, and James. We would always be hanging out when I went over to his place because James lived down the street. So James decided that he would ride his skateboard, and me and Hunter decided we would take our bikes, right? And so we head down to this park. And James is deciding that he wants to go really fast down the sidewalk since there was nobody, there. So there was just a hurricane. So it was way too many sticks and rocks and stuff all over the floor. And James said that he didn't want to fall and hurt himself. So we decided that we would pick up all the rocks and all the sticks, we'd clean it all up, and we'd throw it into the lake right where it wouldn't disturb anybody. So we get to working. There were people there, but we weren't around anybody else, so we weren't even disturbing anybody. Nobody even cared. But we were picking up sticks and rocks and stuff. We were throwing it into the lake. And I guess this Karen, that we'll call her, saw us throwing rocks and sticks and stuff into the lake. So she came over there and she had began yelling at us that we shouldn't be doing that, and that it was, I don't know, I think she said it was illegal for us to be putting rocks into the lake, which is pretty stupid if you ask me. I don't think that there's a law saying that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Comment in the comments if I'm incorrect, if I'm in the wrong. If I'm in the wrong, I guess I'm sorry then. But I don't think that there is any specific law saying that, don't throw any rocks into a lake that's nearby. That'd be pretty stupid if you asked me. But anyway, kind of what happened was she came over there, she started yelling at us about how it was illegal to be throwing rocks into the lake and how we shouldn't be at the park. And we were just like, lady, we're here. It's just a park. Don't worry. We're just cleaning up a little bit. It's not going to hurt anybody. We're making sure that it's safe. And she didn't really we didn't specifically say it like that, but she didn't really I guess, our tones of it, even though we weren't being disrespectful, and she came at us yelling, which is pretty stupid to me, but hey, what can you do? It's a Karen. So she began telling us about how she owned the park and it was private property. I guess she thought we were stupid or something, but we just kind of looked at her and we were like, yo, are you stupid? It's a public park. You don't own it. Leave us alone. And she didn't much like the response that we gave her, which is understandable because, we just insulted her adulthood, her intelligence. But hey, when you're a dumb Karen, you're just a dumb Karen. There's no need to insult your intelligence because you insult your intelligence yourself. Just saying. So she felt like her intelligence was insulted. So she decided to say, well, if we didn't leave the park or stop doing what we were doing, she was going to call the cops. So us not wanting to get in trouble with the police or anything, we decided that we would continue doing what we were doing real quick, finish off, let our boy James finish what he needed to do, what he wanted to do. And so we did. We cleaned out the rest of the thing. We threw them all into the lakes and stuff. And she kind of just was just watching us, right? Which is kind of weird to me. It's no, mom, we're three kids. Just leave us alone. And James did his little cool little trick on his skateboard. He ran really fast on the sidewalk, and we decided that we would dip. And so we're going down the sidewalk, right? And we're just walking around, right? Walking around the neighborhood. We're not really heading home yet because we don't want to. We want to chill. We want to have fun. And we walk pretty far away from the park. I mean, like, we wasn't paying that much attention, but we get to like a four-way intersection where we had to cross the street to get to where we're going. I think we were heading to a gas station, I believe, to get some snacks. And we all looked behind us because, like, I don't know what it was that just made us look behind us, but this Karen, this stupid piece of crap Karen, was following us. And that's just weird. Like, why are you following us? And so, you know what we did? We booked it. I mean, she had the full Karen look. She was fat, she had a Karen haircut, blonde hair. I'm pretty sure she was wearing a white shirt. I don't know what pants she was wearing. I wasn't paying that much attention. But there was no way, because there was no way she was going to catch us. She was, I don't know, she thought that she was some type of ninja or something, and that we wouldn't notice that she was following us. But when we know, but she's just, it's just stupid. And when we noticed she was following us, we booked it. We ran. Because that's just weird. Why are you following us? And I mean, like, I'm guessing that she had called the cops or something, because the next day that we had went to the park, you know, there was a cop car there. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be completely coincidental. Completely could. But who knows? Knowing this stupid Karen, she probably did call the cops. And so it was a cop car that was just chilling in the parking lot the next day, I guess, keeping watch of the park. And so, like, we went down to the park the next day. We had our fun. We did what we wanted to do. We were never bothered. And I mean, like, it was just weird that, you know, this Karen was just following us. I mean, like, it's like, what are you following us for, Karen? Like, Karen, do you not have a life? Are you so freaking bored, so lonely, don't have anybody waiting for you at the house that you have to follow 3 kids all the way down to a 4-way intersection? It wasn't close to the park either. We were walking for a good minute. We were not really walking. We were on our bikes and stuff. Which basically, oh, that's right, we weren't riding the bikes because James wasn't keeping up on his skateboard. I guess James was kind of tired. He was just, you know, he was just kind of like rolling. He wasn't really doing anything too much. He wasn't really trying to keep up. So me and Hunter, we was just walking while James was on the skateboard. And I mean, like, it's just weird to me. But hey, no harm, I guess. I get the lesson of the story is, you know, if you see a Karen that threatens to call the cops on you for throwing stuff into a lake, and you decide to finish what you're doing, be sure to watch your back and make sure you're not being followed by a weird Karen. But that'll be all for this video. Be sure to leave a like and comment something random. Comment Karens be crazy. And yeah, peace out.